What's up everyone, Chance here with Missouri Outdoors. Today we're going to be looking for wild ginseng. I've already come down in the woods and been looking around for a little while. I kind of wanted to wait and make sure I could find some before I actually started the video. But I actually might see another one down there. But we have a big 4-prong ginseng plant right here. I mean, take a look at that thing. Like, that's my hand in comparison. It covers like one of the leaf sets. But not a bad looking plant. Look at how long that stem is. That's definitely at least a 10-year-old plant, or maybe even a lot more. That's one I might actually come back and dig this fall. You're not allowed to actually dig ginseng until September 15th, I believe it is. Yeah, here's another one, guys. Not bad. That's a 3-pronger. That plant's probably substantially younger than that one over there. But, I mean, there's 3 or 2 at least so far that I've found, and they're like 4 foot from each other. And these are completely wild, too. Honestly, I didn't even know. Yeah, this is another one, too. You can tell because you see where the node comes off for the leaf sets. They got that little thing sticking straight up where the berries form. And you can tell because these, when they're young, these leaves right here will be a lot smaller than the others, but they'll always still have the 5 unless it's got damaged. Or unless it's really young, and then sometimes they only have these 3. But I mean, that's a perfect example of how they work in nature. Like, you see that one there, and I know it's hard to tell through the camera, but this hill slopes a lot and goes way up that hill there. But this plant is directly below where this plant would have dropped seeds. So if you ever find a ginseng plant at the top of the hill, follow it down the hill and you'll find more. What I normally do is I'll start at the bottom here, because see, I mean, literally there's 3 plants and the bottom of the hill is like 6 feet from me. Okay, so a lot of people say they're always at the top of the slopes. That's not always true. Matter of fact, all the ginseng I find up and down this big hillside is mostly at the bottom. This is another one right here. Another nice 3-prong plant. Pretty good. See, it's even got a berry on it. But yeah, not too shabby. This is literally the first spot that looked real good to me, and I decided to stop and check. And we found a mature plant that can be dug this year. And then we found 2 3-prong plants. And a 2. So we're doing pretty good. That's 4 ginseng plants in like the first spot I checked, and I can almost guarantee you, if I look hard enough, there's more. But that's good enough looking in this area right here. We're going to move on down and see if we can't locate another batch. So stay tuned, guys. Alright, I know I said I was going to move, but literally where that bag is where we were just at, and that's where all 4 of those plants are. Here's another one right here. It's a nice 3-prong plant. I figured I'd go ahead and show it, just because like what I was talking about earlier about the leaves is not always necessarily true. This is still a fairly young plant, especially to have 3 leaf sets. But you can see this leaf, it's only got 3. This one has 4. And that's a true 5. But you can see it's got some seeds in there too going on. So that's a good plant to, but I mean, look at the stalk and the stem. See how much thinner that is compared to my finger? Now if we walk right back over here to the big one, I'll show you it again and just give you a size comparison of the stem on it. And you can tell me how much older you think it is. I mean, that's a big, one of the biggest ginseng plants I've probably ever found. I bet that thing's over 20 years old. Maybe even more than that. But alright, we're going to move on down and try to locate a little bit more. So stay tuned. Alright guys, well, I finally found another one. We didn't have to walk horribly far, but they definitely weren't close to each other. But we got one right here. Another nice 2-prong plant. You can see it's thing it was gonna form berries on, but it just didn't get around to forming any this year. Not a bad one. But you can kind of see where I'm at. There's an old dried up creek bed that runs down through here right at the bottom of this hill. And that's where I'm pretty much finding them all. I did look around right in here to see if I couldn't find a couple more real quick, and I haven't found any. So we're gonna walk on down and see if we can't locate a few more. But that's not a bad sign. What is that? 6 plants now we've found, and I've only really been out here for like, well, I've only been looking for ginseng for probably around, I don't know, 20 minutes at the most. Which, I mean, I do have a good idea of where most of the plants are up and down this, but that's the only one that I found so far that I already knew about. So we're doing pretty good. Especially if it was season to pick it and they were all them big 4-prong plants. But alright, we're going to walk on down through here a little bit more and see if we can't find, I don't know, at least one more plant, maybe 2 or 3. Who knows, we may stumble across the mother lode though. I have noticed that all of the ginseng I normally find is on the right side over here. I've maybe found like 2 or 3 ginseng plants total on this side, which tells me that they're coming off this, the majority of them are on this hill, and when they fall down and they get to the creek, they can't get back up the other bank across. So if you, logically, I'd think if you went on down this creek where it like comes out to a T or something like that, there ought to be a lot of ginseng right there. Just because the water and everything that's packed it down there throughout the last few years. This bench has been pretty good to me right here we're standing on now. I've found quite a few plants in here before. We'll take a look, see if we can't find a few right here. I probably won't shut the camera off for this. I'll probably just walk around and show you guys. That way you can kind of get an idea of the native ground cover around the areas they grow. I know there's one in here. If you go back to the pawpaw video I put out, oh, probably about a month ago now, there's one right here. But I found a real big one right in this area somewhere. I just got to relocate it. But that's a small one. Not bad, not too shabby. So that brings our total to 6. Oh yeah, here it is. This might be the real big one. See, that's crazy. I noticed this one and didn't notice that one. And that's a big plant too. It's not as big as that first 4-prong plant we found, but this is definitely a legal digger. They gotta have at least 4 prongs in Missouri to dig them. But alright, we're going to keep moving up through here. I'm sure I can find another 1 or 2 right in this area. They're all over up and down through here. I still don't think that's the big one I found during the pawpaw video. It may be though. But I could have swore it was further up the slope than that. I don't know, that might have been it though. No, I think that's it right there. Yeah, look at this one, guys. That's another real big four-prong plant. With a big old stem on it. So that makes the third ginseng plant we found today that we could dig. Not bad. I'm sure if you keep looking around here, you find a bunch more. That's 3 just in this little area, and I'm not sure who or why, but last year someone come in here and dug a bunch of the ginseng, and they dug a lot of immature plants. I mean, it kind of made me angry, but then again, what can you do? If you can't catch them in the act, there ain't nothing you can do about it. Wonder how long that leaf's been on the camera. But alright, I'm gonna go ahead and walk down through here and see if I can't find just a few more. Actually, there's one right there. Yeah, not bad. That's something rare. I've never seen this part before. But you can actually see the ginseng root sticking up out of the soil. See that's one of its old stems right there. It was still attached to the node. But you can actually, I don't really want to dig it because technically it's illegal for me to dig it right now. I'm actually going to go ahead and cover that back up. I don't like when the roots get exposed to air. But you can see right in here, maybe if I can get a good view of it. But each of these little bump things, that's where the new stem grows every year. And if you're really good, you can actually count how many times the plant has grew. But we're going to get this covered back up, and we're probably going to head on out of here. I don't want this video to be too long. I may come back in another few days and do another video in here just to try to locate some plants that we didn't find today. But alright, I think that's going to pretty much wrap it up for this video. Make sure to like, leave me a comment, and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Subscribing is always free. And make sure to stay tuned for more videos, guys. Have a good one.